So you say we're not in the end times, are we? You say that all this stuff is a bunch of just panicking nonsense? You say that maybe things are not as everybody says they might be? Well, time to pay attention to some of the newspaper articles going around. Folks, let me just tell you something. What the Bible says is true. God never gets it wrong, and we are watching all of this stuff begin to formulate in ways that are absolutely unbelievable. A case in point, the last several weeks, there has been a lot of rhetoric being put out by the current regime of the United States of America that there is a tremendous amount of hope to being able to get Iran back into the JCPOA. Now, for those of you that don't know what that is, it's basically the nuclear agreement that is worth less than the toilet paper you likely use every single day. Now, the reality of it is I'm reading an article right now, and I'm not surprised because I know what the Bible says, that is talking about this very issue, and it is referring to something that is pretty interesting. As just a while ago, we know that the people of Iran, probably by force, were celebrating what happened in 1979 when the revolution took place that pretty much destroyed the nation. Now, I'm going to read to you the first three paragraphs of this article, and then we'll talk about it for just 1 second. It says this. It says, Iran's president, Ibrahim Raisi, he's a butcher, by the way, not a very good guy, said Friday, this is last week, that his country has never has hope in the nuclear negotiations with world powers to restore the 2015 nuclear deal. It's referring to the JCPOA, of course, which I said is worthless. He said this, I'm going to quote this, "We put our hopes in the east, west, north, south of our country and never have hope in Vienna and New York." This was during a televised speech that he actually writes this on the 43rd anniversary, of course, of the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Now, I think that this is pretty important because this goes to speaking of the very issue associated with the fact that we know Iran becomes a big player in the last days as it joins up with Russia, according to Ezekiel chapter 38, and we know exactly what they are going to attempt to do. Now, I think the thing that's interesting is when they go to attack Israel, they're not going to have a chance because God himself is going to intervene and absolutely destroy them. Folks, these are things we need to be aware of because we know that what we read about in Ezekiel chapter 38 is going to happen after the rapture. And I can promise you this, if that means we are beginning to see signs of this taking place, then we know the rapture is imminent. So folks, get your house in order. Recognize the fact that God is hard at work. He wants to get your attention because Jesus is coming soon for his church. And eventually we're going to see all hell break loose on earth. Why? Because the Bible says it, and we're seeing signs that it's all coming together. God bless you guys. Keep fighting the good fight. And if you don't know Christ, you need to know him today. God bless you.